Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando, that's Corey, and today we're doing 2020's Host.
Fuck off, Gemma!
Before we get started, if you want to follow me or Corey on Twitter, you could follow me at Junior D's. You could follow Corey at Corey_idol for some mediocre posting. Or you can follow the show at Kiss the Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for better posting.
Yeah. On X, you're basically going to see me fight with Republicans and Armando like Dolphins posts. And not like pictures of Dolphins. I mean the Miami Dolphins football team. So
yes, that's fair.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, it's a good time. Good time had by all. Yeah, so follow the show. Follow the show at Kiss the Reviews. Well, let's get into the cast of 2020's Host. This film stars Haley Bishop as Haley, Jemma Moore as Gemma, Emma Louise Webb as Emma, Radina Drandova as Radina, Caroline Ward as Caroline, Teddy Linard, you guessed it, as Teddy, and Seylan Baxter as Seylan. I saw this movie when it came out. I thought it was really cool because, and again, no research here, but I did read when it first came out that every scene in this movie was shot on iPhones that were like taped to laptops.
Yeah, you can actually see pictures of it online, like on X and shit. All of the writers and the cast are all very active. So you can still see, like, they'll post pictures sometimes of how they set it up and how they did some of the background stuff. It's very cool and so creative. Like, I used to think I was creative. Like, I'm creative. Nah. If they're like, make a movie during a lockdown on a Zoom call, go. I'd be like, five friends show their dicks to each other. I don't know what happened. Good luck.
Hell yes.
You really got to see who was the most creative because there was nothing obviously getting created at that point in time. Everybody's on lockdown and they went, I got this great idea. Let's do this. They filmed it, got it done and edited and put out. Like,
yep.
That's the amazing part. And it gave us something new to watch during COVID.
That was the most important thing. And keep in mind too, like, why these guys were all doing this. Majority of people you've probably never heard of, especially here in the United States, had never heard of before we're doing this. While your A-list actors were putting out a video of everyone singing Imagine.
That was the creativity here.
Who's creative where?
Exactly. No, and here's the thing. You can get this idea, you could film it all and do it on iPhones and whatever, and it'd still be bad. This was good. This was good. So with that said, let's jump into this one. So this movie opens with Haley starting a Zoom call with her friends during COVID lockdown. She waits for her friends to enter the call, and she hears some knocking and sounds in the background, and then the closet door opens and shit falls out. And as she's getting ready, Gemma joins the call, and they talk about doing this seance via Zoom.
I didn't, obviously, the first time watching, like, I wasn't watching for the show or anything like that, so I'm just kind of immersed into the situation.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like, you hear the knock again. Haley's looking around. Did this bitch low-key set up a seance and not tell anyone because she thinks her house is haunted?
Yes. And, okay, so I'm glad you brought this up. I think she heard shit, was dealing with shit in her house, and literally set up a seance to Scooby-Doo the situation and figure the shit out. And shit immediately went sideways. And this bitch got all of her friends killed.
Corey's life lessons.
Hi, anyone in the world thinking about doing a seance? Uncle Corey here. It's one thing to have fun and be like, let's do a seance. But if you think you got some shit on your back, you motherfucking tell people you got some shit on your back. You wouldn't donate blood if you had a blood disease.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't pull this shit, Haleys of the world.
Be respectful.
100%. This is why real estate agents have to disclose if there's been a murder in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason.
You're a bad friend, Haley. Bad friend.
And by the way, hey, Gemma and Gemmas of the world, are you 80 years old? When she hops on this call, everybody knows you can't have the phone and the computer with audio that is this close to each other at the same time because it starts to feed back. She's the person at work that replies to all in these business emails, okay? That's who Gemma is, and this little thing at the very beginning immediately made me hate her.
Yeah, because you're a Haley. Everybody take it seriously, know how to do everything right the first time. Do not play with me ever.
You kind of just have to follow her instructions. Just please, she is a friend of mine. And not that I don't think you would, but please take it seriously, though, and be respectful.
No, you're 100% correct. I did turn into a Haley.
You know what my idea of a comedy is, sir? Downton Abbey. Shit is hilarious to me. Get it together.
So here, most of Haley's friends then join the call. Who isn't on the call at first is Teddy and his wife. And these chicks talk shit about Teddy and his wife as Teddy joins the call. And listen, we all have that friend or that person. They might not be a friend, but that person that's kind of part of the crew or used to be a really tight part of the crew and now is kind of gone a little rogue, and all you guys talk shit about him or her.
Oh yeah, this is the most relatable part of the movie. It's universal. Sex, gender, color, it doesn't matter. You have all been waiting for somebody on something. It might be even a work call where you're just all at work being like, this motherfucker's late again, and his stupid fucking wife is keeping me up. Hey, there he is. There's my guy. Where you been? Oh, you were late? No. It's okay if she had to talk to you about that thing that doesn't matter for another 3 months. It's all, hey, you're here. You're here. That's the important thing.
Well, it's her. She's so fucking painful, guys. Definitely seen her like fake tan hand marks. Like,
hi, Teddy. Hi.
Everybody's been there.
Absolutely. So we finally get Seylan, the medium that joins the call. She starts walking them through the list of rules and what to expect. And Haley immediately gets irritated because none of her friends are taking things seriously. They're doing, and my favorite was like, before Seylan joins the call, Haley's like, don't drink on the call. And they're like, oh, we'll just go off into the corner and do shots. It's literally the funniest shit as she's talking and explaining the rules, and all the friends are like dipping out of frame to take a drink. And you can tell Haley's getting pissed, more and more pissed, and you can see it on her face. It's so great.
It's almost more disrespectful to do the, like, I'm in the corner drinking. Just fucking, you're a grown-ass motherfucking person in the middle of COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
I'm doing a seance for fun. Yeah. I'm going to take a drink.
We're drinking. And you don't have to fucking get a beer, but like, if you want to be respectful, just get a coffee mug. What do you think is in here? Coffee?
Yeah, no.
This is straight vodka. Every show.
I got that lean, son.
I got to get loose when we do these shows.
Mm-hmm. A little NyQuil and some of that.
That's how you do it, yeah. Totally. We're drinking coffee during the seance. It's going to be great.
It was my favorite thing ever.
Haley needs to straight up relax on life.
Oh, she's like American white womaning the shit out of this Zoom call. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good thing she died, because if she had made it like 10 more years, she'd have been all over TikTok. Like, stop filming outside the store! It would have been very bad for her.
Teddy's wife then comes in as Seylan begins like the seance, and she is what we call a proper cunt. And Teddy is a proper no-bed.
Yeah. And in America, we would call her a proper cunt. and him a proper dickhead.
You were right.
I could never be friends. Besides Jitty, she's got her own fucking problems. She's a real piece of shit. But Teddy, I couldn't even be in Teddy's friend group.
No.
Because the man bun and the beard and the jean jacket and the sweatpants and the vaping, it's all too much. You're a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about. My wife's fine. I love her. She's fucking amazing. Yeah. Hold on a second while I take some more of my vape.
I hope now you die in a horrific fiery accident on the Skype call.
I will be lit on fire at the end of this. Stay tuned, folks.
That'd be amazing. That's a fucking tease, boy. That's how you do that. Shit. By the way, you totally got to light yourself on fire now.
Hell yes.
During this call, Haley and Gemma immediately start feeling things, touching their shoulder, their neck, and right then, Seylan's feed cuts as something falls in the background, and Gemma, before this, starts talking about Jack, and he killed himself, and yada yada when they were younger, and whatever, and she reveals after Seylan's feed gets cut that she was just faking, and Haley gets increasingly irritated. By the end of this Zoom call, COVID lockdown or not, Haley is literally systematically going to each one of their apartments or houses and smacking the shit out of all of them.
Oh, I think they're all going to Haley's house, I think is the reverse of that. Because there's only so much people can fucking take, Haley. But, no, so again, Haley is obsessed with everybody taking this seriously, and don't be disrespectful. You know what's disrespectful? When I show up to work and right in the middle of taking my phone call for my job, I get a fucking delivery order. Oh, hang on, everybody. I'll be right back. Sorry, thought it was going to be here earlier. You know what you do to make sure shit gets there earlier? You order it fucking earlier.
Or, I don't know.
Disrespectful ass.
Listen, I know it was 2020. It was COVID lockdown. They were doing contactless delivery. Mm-hmm. You got to knock at the door? Well, there's a knock at the door. And that's where it ends. If there's a package, they'll drop it off at the front of your cave or wherever she lives.
Yeah. Eat shit, Seylan. We don't like you here.
So, Gemma, they all decide to take a break to go urinate. They're going to go take a whiz. And Gemma's candle goes out while they all walk away to pee. As they argue, Haley gets pulled away from the computer and shit starts going sideways. And Haley inspects her apartment. They hear more noises. This time it's in Caroline's house. And Carolyn checks out the attic with her selfie stick.
Yeah, and the whole time this is going on, there's a green light in Radina's screen. You see this little green light moving, and then it transfers over to Gemma. And then from there, it starts hopping around while everything is happening here. And that is the signal. Shit has gone topsy-turvy.
Yes.
Real fast. And also, a quick point. When the girls mentioned to turn their mics all the way up, the best way to watch this, which is how I finally watched this today, was with noise-canceling headphones on my laptop. Holy shit. It gets nuts. It gets so much better.
I'm gonna have to do that because I didn't.
And it's not like you get an exposition dump like, "Hi, I'm Johnny the Demon." And It's not like anything like that happens. Right?
Death.
Please take it seriously though and be respectful.
But like just the different sounds, you hear the demon a little bit more. Like it's really, really cool.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out because I did not do that. But we do get when Caroline goes up into the attic, we get the feet hanging, and then Emma's wine glass breaks, and then they get Seylan back on the phone and not on the Zoom. She's just on speakerphone. And she explains that with Gemma making up the spirit of Jack, she sent out an open invitation to the demonic spirit to basically take over their Zoom call. And
this is such a good interaction too. Like when Haley's like, I don't know, Gemma. Have we tried to contact Jack? That is such a bitchy but well-deserved fucking way to respond to. It's so good. Well, and Gemma's doing such a good job because she's just sitting there like, fuck. Like,
yeah.
I can't.
Well, here's the funny thing. And going back to what we said when the movie started, Haley already has shit going on. Like, I don't know. Haley's personality seems like she's the serious one of the group and everything's serious all the time. But the fact that she literally thinks that there's a goddamn demon in her house, it amps up. She might be resting at like a 5, but she's at a 12 this whole call, and she just keeps going up from there. And which makes all of this funnier to me, especially when she's like, I don't know, Gemma. Did we reach out to Jack?
So let me ask you a question, because I also noticed this in this movie too. And the first couple times I watched it, I was like, okay, Haley's an asshole. She's the serious one in the group. Like Gemma's drinking water while everyone else is drinking booze. And Haley is still going to be the one that's like, I'm driving everyone home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's that kind of person. But is it this demon that's doing it? Because Radina, who first gets the light, gets in the fight with her boyfriend over the chopping.
Yeah.
And then later on in the movie, like when shit's breaking off and like she has that little kitchen fire, everybody's going, Radina, Radina, Radina. And she finally turns around and comes back and she's like, fucking what? And it's like, that doesn't seem like it fits. So is like the demon just cranking up everybody's agitation a little bit?
You were correct.
Am I reading subtext?
Corey? No.
Am I a better writer than I thought?
So they ask the spirit here if it's a friend, and the lights in everyone's place start going crazy. They lose connection with Seylan again, and then they try to end the seance and they blow out the candles.
So when you pause this, when Seylan gets cut this next time, right, her feet gets cut, that green light starts to form behind her, and it looks like it's taking the shape of a person. And then she turns around and the feed cuts. Let me know in the comments, am I right or wrong there? Because I know there's a couple different scenes where like you have the attic, and then Haley uses her Polaroid to find the picture of the hanging guy. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't know if there was actually a person forming back there or if it was just the flash of the green light.
Yeah, that I don't know. But they start to end the call. And they, because obviously Haley has to white woman the shit out of this the ending of the call. And she takes over. She takes over here as like the medium, because she's like, well, we can end the call and the rope is around and we're cutting it with scissors. And she's going through the whole thing. And I was like, oh, she just white womaning the shit out of this. She just took this shit over as like, you paid the medium. You're not a medium.
Facts. And even Gemma tells her, like, you don't know what you're doing. Stop this. And she's like, shut the fuck up, Gemma. I'm doing it.
I don't know, Gemma, have we tried asking if it's Jack?
If I was there, this is why you all need a pragmatic friend. Everybody in the world needs a pragmatic friend like me, otherwise known as an asshole. Could just be like, hey, sweetie, we can't even get an American woman elected president in this fucking country. You're trying to fucking ghost bust. Stop it. This isn't. You're in the astral plane. Take a shot. You're in the astral plane. Take another shot. You can't do this.
Yes.
You need to stop now.
Yep. No, absolutely. And so they go to end and they blow out the candles and they go to end the Zoom call and more weird shit starts happening. Caroline gets smashed into the screen, which is awesome. Emma's filters are still on and like the mask is on the spirit in the middle of the fucking room.
That is the one that fucked me up.
That was dope. And it kind of focuses on Emma here a little bit. Because, and she does, listen, at the end of the day, I want to say she's the smartest, but she's not because then she just goes and like gets under her covers. Like, I'm out the fuck. Like,
and she tells everybody else, like when Teddy gets on the call, she's like, Teddy, get out of the house. Bitch, listen to you. Don't worry about Teddy. You get the fuck out the house with them cute little pigtails. You can't be dying.
Teddy deserves to die. You need to get out of the house now. But and why I said she was smart is because she immediately goes to the kitchen, grabs the thing of flour and starts throwing it. And then you see the footsteps in the flour. All the cabinets open up. She goes under the bed covers or whatever after being lifted in the air. But again, the funniest part about all of this shit going on is the fact that she still has the filters on her Zoom and she has the lizard face with the tongue spitting out as she's crying uncontrollably. And listen, everybody's got an ugly cry face. So you got ugly cry face and then like the lizard face with the tongue coming out. I don't know whose decision it was to do that, but that was fucking brilliant because it added a little humor.
You were right.
I was so wrapped up into everything that was happening at this point in the movie that I'm just full on empathizing with her. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, if I died with a little lizard funny filter face, that's so embarrassing. Yes. I just don't want to die embarrassing.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, look, dude, there are not a lot of people where you can mention Elvis Presley and they don't go, yeah, he died on a fucking shitter. I don't want that to happen to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Ever.
My rule in life, you know my rule. Don't make me look like an asshole. I don't want to look like an asshole in any situation. It doesn't always work out that way, but that's my goal.
God, I don't want to Haley.
I don't want to die like an asshole either. That's all I'm saying.
You were so Haley. It's not even. I did never realize you were such a Haley at this point.
All right, let's settle down with the Haley
see?
talk.
There you go. Take it seriously, Corey. I'm not a Haley.
Take the show seriously. Come on, Corey. So
I haven't taken this shit seriously for 4 years.
So Radina's husband here falls from the ceiling. So Radina tries to find her husband in like their 1-bedroom apartment. Can't find him. He falls from the ceiling here. She gets murked. Caroline then gets her face smashed against the computer multiple times this time. And that was the other good thing too, because at the beginning of this, Caroline's like, oh, I got this this Zoom background that she recorded. And it's just her walking around and yada, yada. And it's a big joke because she's sitting in front and she's also behind walking around, whatever. So now you have this, but then periodically, now twice, it's just that. And then the closer you get to the camera, those backgrounds, tend to disappear. And it's just her face getting mashed into the fucking camera.
And if you've ever wanted to know what it looks like when I write,
yes.
There you go.
But that was brutal. That was so good in the way they shot that and the way they did that.
That was fantastic. And her little, just that whimper of help me.
Yeah.
And just whack again. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Vicious.
And then Haley gets dragged out of the room and Gemma runs to Haley's apartment to try to save her or whatever.
Yo, you want to talk about ride or die? These two are at each other's throats.
Yes.
This entire movie. But they're the first ones to talk. Like Gemma's the first one to hop on. They're having their little private call before she gets on to the big Zoom call on her laptop.
Yep.
So they're having their thing. They fight this entire thing. The friends say while they're after the whole "fuck off, Gemma," a bunch of them are like, "Come on, guys, we're not doing this again. Can we not do this now?" So clearly, there's a background of these two fucking off with each other or getting pissy with each other. And then, obviously, Haley gets dragged out. Gemma sees Emma still hiding and goes, "You'll be fine. Stay where you're at." Grabs a mask, which, FYI, life or death, you're dealing with demons, okay? You're in The Exorcist, and you're socially conscious enough to grab a mask? You're like Citizen of the Year. That's
She's
amazing.
Like, I could try to save my friend from this demon, but God damn it, if I get COVID, I'm dead.
I wonder if she put suntan lotion on, too, because of melanoma. Just always be safe. That's the important thing.
That's it.
But, like, she is the definition with Haley of ride or fucking die.
Yes.
Like, I am leaving Emma, who is still alive, still on my camera, and that is the only thing I want is people in front of me at this point. Just like, are we alive? Are we going to make this? Are we okay?
Yeah.
And Gemma goes, "I'm out of this motherfucker. Emma, good luck.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my girl, though."
Well,
that's awesome.
And the best thing is, Emma's still on the call, and then Teddy rejoins the chat, and he's taking a piss. Like, right off the bat, he's taking a piss. He's got the little marionette, and he's like, "Oh, boy, look at me. I'm just a marionette doll, you biggie." And he and his wife get dealt with immediately by this demonic spirit. And Teddy gets set on fire. And his wife gets her head twisted and dropped into the pool.
This is a great example of why I do not fuck around when I answer a phone call anymore. Because I used to like see somebody, you know, everybody's got caller ID, see the phone call. Like, "Oh, fuckface, what's going on? Johnny Saggy Tits, hey, good. And be like, "Oh, my dad just died." Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. All right, we got this.
Hey, even in those situations, sometimes you need a little, "Hey, Johnny Saggy Tits," to start the conversation.
Yeah, not for everybody. You're a weirdo. Not for everybody.
I am a weirdo.
So now I answer the phone. Corey, Idle here. How may I help you?
Emma then gets thrown out of the window here. She falls to her death. Gemma cuts back to Gemma breaking into Haley's apartment through the window. The demon disconnects all the friends from the Zoom calls as Gemma takes the wine bottle to the head. And then, listen, I'm just going to say this. This demon is better than Corey and Gemma at technology. Okay? Like, whatever, is turning off Zooms. He's turning them back on. He's dialing in. He's fucking sliding into people's DMs throughout this. Like, this demon is all about social media. I'm pretty sure it has its own account on Twitter. And, like, it's amazing with technology.
Dude, this demon is the Lawnmower Man. This is Lawnmower Man Part 2. You just didn't know it. At the end, there's a little thing where it's like, "I'm Job! Ah!"
That's dangerous.
You know, we like to shoot our shots on this show from time to time. And I was going to attempt to shoot my shot with Gemma and be like, "Call me." Neither of us could figure out how to fucking answer that call or make that call. So,
yeah, you guys are screwed.
Do you, sister? You're across the pond. I can't catch up with you.
It seems like she knows Twitter, so maybe you can do that.
I don't.
So Gemma, she gets knocked out for a second with this wine bottle. She gets up finally. She goes through Haley's apartment as shit's going crazy. She finds Haley like under her desk. Haley uses her Polaroid until we get the final jump scare to end this movie. And the demon then steals Haley's internet and begins its like remote work job from, via Zoom. Like, it's sending out meeting invites and doing all this crazy shit. Like, again, this is the internet technology. Like, Bezos, like all this is all work of the devil. Like I'm just gonna throw that out there because this demon knows way too much about fucking technology.
This demon has missing votes, missing ballots from North Carolina. I'm telling you that right now.
Is it possible this story is true?
Yeah, this movie is awesome in
I
every
love this movie.
possible way.
Yep.
There is no fluff to it whatsoever. There is no trying to figure out what the demon's name is, how to get rid of it. This is
Zuzu.
This is an all-out assault on these completely ignorant people. And I'm not saying stupid, I'm saying ignorant, because they have no fucking idea what they're dealing with.
Absolutely.
And it is absolutely amazing. And if I were going to, for any first-timers out there, like who want to write or do a movie or something like this, one, don't expect to ever do this, because this is just one of those lightning in a bottle situations. Yeah. But this is what you aim for. Don't be overly complicated. Don't try and wow us with how smart you are. Don't try and show us all the CGI necessary to be cool or the most practical effects you can find to squirt blood out of your... Keep it fucking simple, stupid.
Yep. Absolutely.
That easy.
And I'll tell you this, like, and this is what I appreciated about this. The fact that it's I don't know, it's like the horror movie Castaway. Like it's one screen, it's, you know, multiple people, the way they incorporated Zoom and how people were meeting at the time into this movie, like it was all brilliant. But what I liked most about it, how many movies have we reviewed, whether it's an hour and a half or 2.5 hours, where we go, a lot of fluff on this thing. Listen, this movie was 60, let's call it 60 minutes. It says 66, but the last like 6 minutes was the real cast actually conducting a real seance in preparation for the movie or whatever. So,
and technically it was 66 minutes and 6 seconds.
Oh, well, there you go. So what I appreciated about this was they didn't get to 60 minutes or 66 minutes and 6 seconds and go, you know what? Like, we need another scene in here. This needs to be an hour and a half because all horror movies are an hour and a half. This needs to be 2. If you got a movie and it's good and it's an hour or an hour and 15, then it's just an hour or an hour and 15. People will watch it. People will like it. And that's what I appreciated about this. They didn't, at the end, and I'm sure they had more shit filmed, but at the end they went, okay, fucking 66.6, cool. This is where we're going to fucking keep it. We're not going to add more shit to it. And now it's more convoluted and you're adding more exposition and more bullshit. No fat. I loved it from start to finish. It was captivating from start to finish. And like you said, they just kept it simple.
Yep. In the best possible way.
Oh, absolutely. There wasn't anything I didn't like about this movie.
And I think that's where a lot of people get lost. Like they think they need twists and turns and they need to Shyamalan everybody and we're gonna get you. And it's like, no, you're not gonna gotcha movie me. That's not a thing. Just write your story until your story is done. That's it. And the intelligence lies in the story. Everybody can see how great of a writer you are in the basics of the story because you feel like you know every single one of these girls with zero exposition tied to them.
Yep.
We know they knew each other at school, right? That's pretty much it. And that's just through them talking about Teddy.
Yeah.
But that's it. Other than that, we don't know their jobs. We don't know. Although Gemma is clearly an actress because that chick can cry on fucking command like it's nobody's job. But yeah, everybody else, we have no idea what they're doing other than Caroline lives at home with like the coolest dad ever who apparently gets hung in his attic.
Yeah. Exactly. But no, I got nothing else for this, man. This was short, sweet, to the point. I dug the movie. I dug all of the actors and actresses in it. No issues with this one, man. This is going to be a Halloween staple for me, and it has been since I saw it the first time when it came out. But it'll be a Halloween staple for years to come. I love this movie.
Oh yeah, this is one of the few movies I own on digital, and I also own the DVD, just from the simple standpoint that if the power goes out, I turn on scary movies, and this will be one of the first ones I put on. So with that, yes, I love this movie, and I encourage everybody, and this might be in spite of our own success, but I encourage everybody, if you want a real Twitter follow, or you want to actually like connect with somebody that's in this industry, reach out to the people that made this film. The 3 writers, the actors, they are all such good follows and so nice and so kind and so receptive. Even if you are a writer and like, hey, you know, I got a weird question for you. If you have a second, they'll answer your question. They're very nice people. So if you want to kind of touch the business a little bit and see what kind of goes behind the scenes, this is the cast and crew I would follow for sure.
Dig it, dig it. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Well, for Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 2020's Host.